ముఖ్యంగా వేద్ కుమార్ గారికి ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. ఎందుకంటే ఇంత ముఖ్య స్థానికుల్ని ఇక్కడ ఒకసారి తీసుకొచ్చి ఇన్ని సంస్థలు దాదాపు 16-17 సమస్యల్ని ఒక ఐడెంటిఫై చేశారు. ఈ 17 సమస్యల్ని మనం ఈ జీవికరావు గారు 12 విషయాలు చెప్పారు. వీటిని క్లుప్తంగా మనం ఒక హైదరాబాద్ డిక్లరేషన్ లాగా ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వీక్ ఆర్ ద న్యూ ఇయర్ రిజల్యూషన్ ఆఫ్ ఫోరం ఫర్ బెటర్ హైదరాబాద్ నుంచి మీరు తీసుకొస్తే బాగుంటుందని నా సలహా. దీనికి ఒక కమిటీ లాగా రామచంద్రమూర్తి గారిని, మన చిలకాని గోపాలరావు గారు, వీరి మార్గదర్శనంలో జీవికరావు గారి ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్తో యాక్టివిస్టులు చాలామంది ఉన్నారు. అందరూ రావాలి. హైదరాబాద్ ఈజ్ వై ఐ ప్రిఫర్డ్ దిస్ బుక్ టు బి రిలీజ్ హియర్, నాట్ ఇన్ ఢిల్లీ, ఈజ్ హైదరాబాద్. మీరు చెప్పారు వేద కుమార్ గారు ఇంట్రడక్షన్లో. ఐ వాజ్ థ్రిల్డ్. Actually, I didn't know all of that. Otherwise, I would have made a small section as an example, as a role model of how activism could be a way out of the dilemma that the country is in today. The disappointments that Gopal Rao has mentioned are also need to be taken into account, because we have both good initiatives. Out of that the challenge comes, and that is an opportunity. Challenge is an opportunity in this area. That's why all this forum, this new year 2022 resolution of the Forum for Better Hyderabad should contain, without going into, there are several other things which I refer in this book, which we have not touched upon. There is no need to touch them in this forum, because they have to do with, as Rao Gajapnattu, Vice President, very, very succinctly he has summed up that one of the trap that this country got into is bureaucratizing environment. Thereby, we have walked into the trap of politicians. Unless we get liberated, the political interference, call it, we have allowed them. When it is a civil issue, civil society issue, this without going to them, without involving them. In fact, I was very happy to see that there is no politician in this case. Not that we should not have them. We should have them, because we can't avoid them. In fact, we need to motivate them. We need to convince them. That's why one of the chapters that you have mentioned, the Prime Minister, my idea is we don't have a national agenda. We have a national agenda for every silly thing in this country by the government. We are thinking the government is everything. That's why I said Mrs. Indira Gandhi perhaps did a mistake by forming a ministry. She thought a ministry is a solution when we have other alternative models like ISRO, Space Commission, and others, Railway Board. This subject should have been Mahesh Dayal, the first secretary of. I happen to be. Why I wrote all this is last 60 years I have been in Delhi, and I have been part of, directly or indirectly, of what is happening since then. I have seen personally the non-conventional energy Mahesh Dayal. This is actually DST, Department of Science and Technology, and then Planning Commission have suggested an alternate model. But the bureaucrats said no, it has to be a ministry. I think that was a mistake. Why I mentioned that is that's irrelevant to today to talk about it. But then you can't avoid. Even now, the ministry wants more and more departments, and their role is becoming less and less. The more the ministry, the size of the ministry, the departments of the ministry. They've added climate change in 2014. And you know what is climate change since then? It is a deterioration. I know more what is happening in that ministry, because I was sitting there. The Minister for State room was my office for 3 years with Rajamani. Rajamani's anybody was here? Sir, Rajamani's family, the daughter is there?
No, member, founder member.
Founder member. Rajamani and myself and MS Swaminathan was sitting there. Radhika, yes, Radhika. During his marriage, he was discussing with us at that time. Anyhow, but the point is, I have seen firsthand what happens in the ministry, how things are more, what's they called, hidden negatives. There are, ministry is part of that. Today, in the last, in the morning, some gentleman in the morning walk in near KVR was asking me, can you tell me in the last, what is the biggest hurdle? I said, last 3-4 years, the worst thing that one could think of are happening in this country. How they are allowed? Any sensible person can't tolerate these things. We don't learn from the past. Visible past. Uttaranchal, you mentioned, referred to Uttaranchal. You know, how many things, the two ladies who really, the Chitko movement, the women who really showed the way for this country. Whereas the women today, you know, I know this Narmada Bachao Andolan is sidetracked. Now she is coming back because there is a bigger things happening in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Bigger than Narmada disasters are happening. Or now we are going to hear more about in the next 6 lakh trees are being cut, 65 villages are going to be removed. Just because big dam. When things are to be decentralized, small, local, from bottom up, it's exactly opposite is what's happening in this country. I'm not talking about any corporates or politicians. I don't blame anyone on it because we are allowing it. That's why my first, in fact, this book is not to be seen in isolation. I have written about civil society about it 7 years ago or 6 years ago. What civil society is the only solution for most of our problems. And that's why Vedakumar and many of his, what he has been doing here, Gopal Rao has been doing here, and Chalkani, and there are at least 6 or 7 I know what wonders they have been doing. It's not merely creating awareness. Going beyond is what they have demonstrated. And that's what Raghuvelji has said, that implementation. And I have one of these other. So in this book I have given in 34 cities of India what is happening in the civil society and how they struggling to cope with the current political influence. Why I am repeating the word political is, taking from there, I wrote in the last 1 year, I have written four books. The first one was where does the whole problem arose? Because we have data. That the reason why I mentioned the last point you made, the monitoring and data. If it is manipulated, then the whole thing was wrong. If instead of saying how serious the problem is, you say this is a wonderful thing that is happening. You are deceiving not yourself. You are thinking of a tenure based, what I call the politicians, tenure based. What is a tenure based? 4 years. His concern is only for 5 years or next election. But this country's problems or people's problems are much beyond. It's going to be long. So that's clear. So in this book, it is called Third Eye of Governance. What is the third eye? A civil society. Like Shiva's third eye. You have to open. That eye has to be open. How? Where? That need to start is this book. Then my next book was some of the problems referred here, or regenerating the republic. We are going to complete in 2050, 100 years. Our constitution is going to be 100 years, and a republic is going to be. And at that time, glass half empty will not do. Will not do. How? Where? What is the problem? What is the dilemma? I have narrated in this book that then this real problem boils down to this book. This is the way the electoral process is going on in the country. The mother of all problems, all corruptions, all political intervention is this. That's why I called it next big game change will come only when we can change the rules, the practices, the principles behind the way we elect our representatives. Are they today our constitution starts we the people. But today where are we? It is not we the people. We the political parties. Everything boils down to political party. Councillor, Gopal Rao says councillor, somebody says the minister, somebody says chief minister, somebody says prime minister. Everything boils down to one person at that level, on that issue. Unless the we comes back, the we, W-E-E, we, not I, ruling the roost, is restored back. There is real solution. All others are only temporary, symbolic. What we are going in this country today is symbolic things. When you shout, yes, we're changing the rules. But more specifically, why I wrote this book is, I've seen in the last 40 years personally how we are Masibusi Maradika antar, Telugu. I don't know what exactly. We are allowing. I don't know whether we should laugh, weep, wonder, or ignore. What is it? I mean, at this point of my pursuit of 60 years in Delhi and coming back to my village, I keep thinking about these things. I can't keep quiet. So my wife bothers about why I do all kinds of silly things of writing this kind of books. For whom? Where? I said I'm writing for myself. Forget about how many. Somebody yesterday asked how many copies. I said hell with that. How many copies? I'm not bothered about it. This is something which has to be gone into that. So I presented the books to the vice president in his house, and he looked at it. Why these books are not being read by the students?
Right.
These books should be read by the colleges and the universities. These books should be prescribed. But then what happened afterwards is that's a different story. But the point I'm coming to is we need, one of the things that I emphasize in this book is, has been repeated by all of them, our lifestyle. Unless at the individual level, our lifestyle changes. Jimmy Rao points are all to do with consumption. Our lifestyle, the crux of the lifestyle is consumption pattern. Unless we modulate, beautifully said by Kumar and Murthy Garu, that the replenishing or sustaining, that understanding of what it means, the ration example given was, I think,